Alright guys, we're going to talk about ticker PLTR. This is going to be kind of a dual function video. First I'm going to go into PLTR and what's going on with the price action here. Then I'm going to go into a little bit more on time frames. This is actually going to be series 3 of a little program I put together, just working on a series of videos, just starting from the basics of technical analysis and just getting a little bit more advanced as we go on. So this will be kind of a dual purpose video, but with that being said, let's get on here with this pattern. Right now you can see PLTR is flagging, and essentially what that means, if we break it down, you've got this price action here, which is the base of the flag, and then you've got the actual flag part. And what's important here is each one of these highs is consistently lower than the previous high, right? So that creates that downward, line there. And then each one of these lows gets kind of consistently higher, so that creates, that line that you see there, and that gives you that nice wedge pattern. So that's what you're looking for in a bull flag. So essentially with this bull flag, you can generally expect the breakout, which is going to be the price action going up this way, to be generally about as long as this first flagpole. So you're looking at roughly $15 there from where the price point stands. So at $25, that puts you at about $40. That's why I have a price target of $40 on PLTR. And if you don't care anything about time frames, or if you already know about time frames, you can go ahead and stop watching now. But do check out our Discord server. The link's going to be posted throughout the video and in the bio as well. Totally free. We'll never charge for any of this. Just people helping out, everybody learning about stocks. Good group of guys we got. Checking out. All right, guys. Time frames. We're gonna start out. Let's start out with the day. 1 year daily time frame. So if we look at the stock here, it gives you a little bit further view out, because each one of these candlesticks you see here represents a day of price action. So this then correlates down here with your MACD. Each one of those bars of MACD is a day of price action. So that is going to be important to note later on, and they'll become more apparent, as time goes on throughout the video as well. But even here on this time frame, you want to check this out, because you can clearly see here this bull flag pattern. Then the next step after identifying it, first finding it on this daily chart, then break it down, we go to 4 hours. And you can still see on 4 hours, same bull flag pattern, but it gives you a little bit more of a breakdown and a little more insight into intraday price movements, but still, in 4 hour blocks of time. So then I want to go down to my next two time frames, the hour and the 30 minutes, and those, I kind of look at those, I would say not so great. The hour time frame I don't use as much. The 30 minutes is probably going to be more accurate, but I'll check it out. That's just what I'm trying to say. As I have to glance at it, that's the hour chart, and you start to look at these patterns and things like these SMA lines, doing what they're doing, things like that. You just start noting these little things. Little trends. As you see, the price hits a high point, goes back to a low, hits a high, goes to a low, and that SMA, that green line, the light green line, and that dark green line where it's bouncing off, that's the 50-day SMA bouncing off the 200-day SMA. And you can actually see that in the chart, but that's with the other indicators, which you'd find the information on that in my previous videos on SMA and things like that. So go feel free to stop here and go check that out, and then get back to this video, or watch it twice. It doesn't hurt. Anyway, then we break it down to 15 minutes, and this is when it starts really. This is like your day trading. That 30 minutes going to give you a good idea, but then when you're day trading, these 15, 5, and 1 minute time frames are going to be your best friends, and they really give you a more accurate, detailed picture of what's going on. You can still see that same pattern of the SMA lines there as you see in the 30-minute and 4-hour charts. But it's a little bit more, expanded, more obviously more candles, more time, but it's representing on a smaller scale. I think you probably at this point get the idea of time frames. I'm not really trying to explain what time frames are, although I am explaining what time frames are, so we can get that covered. But what they are is just very basic, how you use them and how you use them together, which is why I'm doing this in order, and how I'm using them is really what you want to take away here, not exactly what they are. I mean, that is important. Again, you get the idea. So then you check out your 5-minute time frame, and you can see a real good indication here. And what I look for on this is I'm looking at a chart like this, and I see that it's gone here, and then it just dropped down. But then if I can zoom in, I guess not. But if you can if you can see right here where the price starts to stabilize and kind of consolidate, it's not pushing in any new lows. It's which is a good indication generally that it's going to pick back up from there and bounce. So that's definitely a good indicator to might be time to jump in the stock right there. And then the 1-minute chart. And this terrible example. Sometimes this will give you a much prettier picture. All right, there we go. But not a great one for the 1 minute, but that's actually a good example in itself, because some stocks are going to look better on some time frames, and so you want to look through them all, and you're going to find that one that everything is just perfect on. And what I mean by that is you can open it up, and heck, let's do the Dow. You open it up and you say 1 year, 1 day. And you're like, okay. You see the pattern. And so you notice that it's following that SMA line right there. Is ultimately the price does seem to want to drop down. This being the Dow, essentially what's happening right now is the market, it was pretty much due for a pullback, but with the stimulus and everything like that, the vaccine, and it's been keeping the markets up, and with all the money that they're pumping in, it very well could go up. So we won't even get into the state of the market right now. Not purpose of this video for sure, but just using that as a quick example. Essentially, for time frames, you just want to scroll through them all and find the one that looks the best. Because look at FCell right here. You can see this is a pattern right here. This is this is good. This is a good time frame to look at, because you see that pattern right there. Okay, so then the next thing you want to do is break it down and go to that 30-minute time frame and see if we can see that pattern in a different light. So we see that the prices drop below the SMA, the 50-day simple moving average, on the 30-minute time frame, but it caught support right here. Will it catch support, or will it keep dropping back down? You come down here and you look at MACD, and you're like, okay, MACD looks like it's about to cross. RSI has room to pick up. It looks like a stock that has found its support down there. And remember, we saw this one, I believe, on the 5-minute chart, where it caught support. Let's see. Anyway, I'm kind of talking fast now, but right here we're caught support and then kind of consolidated right here, and that definitely has indication of the price going up as well. This wasn't really even intentional, but turning out to be a video on F-Cell in a sense as well. I would say it's probably due for some pullback. I did call this one out around $8.50 or $9 a share. Some other guys in my Discord server have been following it as well. So, if you want to check out, F-Cell, I do believe this one is going to continue once it pulls back. So that's another one we're talking about. Get in the group and join in the conversation, guys. There's no dumb questions. When I have time, I'll get to your question. Other guys in the group can help you out possibly too. So just stop by. And honestly, probably going to have to do a part 2 to this on time frames, but I'm going to wait for feedback and questions and just go from there, see what you guys took from this video and how we can build on it. And that's essentially what this whole video series is about, is just we've got a group of people learning, and we're making videos specifically tailored for you, and it's good stuff.